All right, let's do it. This is, we're recording. This is episode 317 of No Laugh Track podcast. I'm Justin Severson, the host. It is a Thursday. I've been so confused with what day of the week it is in the last couple of weeks with the holidays. I just had a birthday. It's all confusing. Ian Bagg is here with me. That's all that really matters.
Hello, everyone. Hello, people.
Hello.
So 317, does that mean 317 episodes, or does that mean season 3, episode 17?
Mm-hmm. Nope, that means 317 episodes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
You are committed.
Uh-huh.
You're committed.
314 of them are not Ian Bagg.
I know. I was going to say, this is my third one.
Yeah?
Right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a lot of people you had in here.
Yeah?
Have any of you, have any comics returned and you've not had them on?
Oh, that's an no one's ever asked me that. No.
Everybody's gotten back on. Everybody's been nice enough.
I take that back.
Somebody was asked.
There is
not
one.
Asked back. Yeah.
I just reminded. Yeah.
I'll ask afterwards.
I was just gonna say we can discuss that later.
Yeah.
There is one. Yeah. There is one.
There's even an attitude in Minneapolis.
Yeah, you're right. So Ian, congrats, you made the cut.
Thank you, bud.
You're right on.
Imagine if I did it twice, but you didn't have me on a third time. You're just like, nah.
Yeah, I was teetering after that first one.
The first one I didn't really want him back, but fucking
benefit of the doubt. Somebody talked me into it.
It happens.
Yeah, here you are. No, here we are. Let's go over what's happened to you this week.
Okay.
You were supposed to be here Tuesday, right?
Supposed to be here Tuesday. And then on last week, my back was bothering me. It's been bothering me for about a month, and I knew I had to go to, not a chiropractor, but to PT, because I have a disc problem.
Okay.
But I've been so busy, I've been putting it off. And then on Friday, I flew to Tampa, and I was like, this isn't good. And then Saturday, it was a little bit worse. And then Sunday, I was just like, oh, yeah, we got problems. And then Monday, I had to get on a plane back to L.A., and that's when it all shut down on me. I was like, I got stuck in an airport trying to get from the plane to baggage claim. It took me 45 minutes because my back.
You couldn't move.
I just couldn't
physically
move. I would just like walk a little bit, and then I just have to stop. And it was just like the pain shooting down the leg. Yeah, I'm a complete pansy, my friends.
I've thankfully, knock on wood or whatever, I've not somebody that's had, seems like everybody, so many people have back problems.
Oh, yeah.
I never really have. About a month ago, I had something for a day, and it scared the shit out of me because it hurt so bad. I've had a couple times where I'm just helpless as a kitten, where it's a good time to fight me because I'm really absolutely helpless. Bring it, Bagg.
And I have the back spasms. You see athletes have back spasms a lot, and it is incredible.
You're calling yourself an athlete.
I'm not calling myself an athlete, but they have to shut her down because that's how bad they are.
Yeah.
The spasms are like somebody just stabs you in the nerve. It's just, you scream. Like last night I screamed out in the middle of the night. Somebody in the other rooms must have thought something was weird going on, because I was just like, yeah, ah! And then just back to sleep.
I don't think he's enjoying himself.
And they come out of nowhere.
Really?
It's just yeah.
Is there a good story of how this originated, or just
I'm playing hockey when I was a kid, and then the worst time ever is a horrible story. A lady was stuck with a baby in a corner, like a stairwell, and it was a corner, like it was an angle, like it went up and then around. And I helped her move the baby carriage, and I heard it pop. I was just like, oh yeah, that's not a noise you want to hear from any part of your body. I was like, and I was just like, oh. And I was on my way to a show, and I basically I was in so much pain. I was just like, are you serious? It was just, yeah.
This is why you hate babies.
I hate babies now. I will not have a baby, because I would love to have children, but I'd have to pick them up at 6. So I would not see them until they were 6 years old, because babies ruined me.
Yeah. No lifting. Mm-mm. Not even light.
Mm-mm.
I have a restriction of no light lifting.
No light lifting. I have a restriction of no babies. Hey, baby.
So now some fun rehab, or what? What's the deal with that?
I'm not even in rehab. I'm not even getting better yet.
Did they just load you with medication?
So I went to the physical therapist on Tuesday. I went in. I wasn't able to get in on Monday. That's why I had to cancel. I was like, I can't fly. There's just no way I can fly it. So I canceled Tuesday night, went to the physical therapist, and she said, I can get you back to a point, but we're going to also get you drugs so you can fly tomorrow.
Did she know what you do for a living?
Oh, yeah. They come to my shows all the time.
Oh, really?
I have enough problems, and I do enough injuries, like, because I'm one of those guys that just does himself in every so often.
Okay.
Mountain biking, breaks his ankle, playing hockey, breaks his thumb, like that kind of stuff. So I know them quite well, yeah. So they expect me. And she actually said to me, you need to come in once a quarter just to have your back just tuned up, basically. You're at that point with
my goodness.
where you just come in once a quarter. Because sitting on planes, you don't sit in a normal angle. You're like leaned over, and you're it's not comfortable even in first class. So it's really weird wear and tear.
So now this is a real technical Canadian question. Well, you don't live there, right?
No,
so
I live in Long Beach,
you don't
California.
get advantage of that health care.
No, I get no health care at all. No. I pay for my health care. I think $600 a month or something like that. Yeah.
Yee.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't even know if that's a lot. I've stopped paying attention to that.
You
It's through my wife's work, thankfully.
Yeah.
Oh, thankfully.
Yeah. Good for you.
Thankfully. Oh my God, thankfully. So much.
Thank God for your wife.
For so many reasons.
Thank Jesus Cristo for your wife.
See. Speaking of her, she and I were here last night.
Oh, really? Both of you were here? I seen you, but I didn't know.
You know what's funny is when I stopped and chatted with you for a second before I left, I said to you, "Yeah, my wife's in the bathroom." And as I left, I'm like, "Holy shit, that sounds like the guy." Like, "Oh yeah,
my wife
she just
is
couldn't make it tonight."
She's
my
from
girlfriend,
Canada.
she's super hot.
Yeah.
She's from Canada. She had a green card issue. She'll be here tomorrow.
You know what's funny is I went to the bathroom last night before the show, and there was a guy just straddling the toilet the other way, but he was doing work on it, but I didn't know at first. It's just to walk into a bathroom and just to see a guy straddling a toilet, like, what the hell is going on in this place?
Well, yeah, I just heard there was a plumber here. Yes, you.
During the show, though, it was like 8:00 at night, and the plumber's in there straddling the toilet, wrestling it around, trying to get it to flush right. So.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, so I actually do have a wife, and she really was here with me.
Did she have fun?
Ian, her words, wiping away tears. She said I was wiping
made her
away
cry.
tears.
Oh,
You made her cry.
She was so bored she was crying.
Apologize.
That's awesome.
You made my wife cry, asshole.
I'm sorry. I do comedy wrong. I do. It was they were a really fun crowd. They were really, really fun. Yeah, this is a good room. You know what's funny is I think this room can be better with half full than full.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Sometimes you can take them on a better trip when it's half full.
Is that on you or on the crowd?
I don't know.
Because you're trying to.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Try to connect to, or
I don't know. I just maybe it's because I can see them all when it's half full, and I can't see them all when it's full.
Yeah.
Like because there's a lot of shadows in this room. So, yeah. What is it? About 300?
Yeah, give or take.
It's the perfect size
squeeze
for
a few
comedy.
more. Or...
It's the perfect size. It's the perfect size for really, just. I don't know what it is. Like 300's perfect. Like I go to some of these rooms and they're 600, and then I go open for Gabriel and we're like in a 10,000.
You still doing that?
Yeah, once in a while.
Okay.
But it's insane. It's great, but this is a different feeling.
It's got to be.
It's more of a connection, I would say. Yeah. So
I would, as a fan, I would much rather see you here than with 10,000 other people.
Well, when you go to those big ones, it's an event. It's really not a comedy show. It's an event.
Yeah.
You know, like you're going to it's all about the whole thing, the whole event. You know, whereas here it's just a comedy show. I had so many people come up last night and say, like when I say so many, like probably 5 or 6 say, I've never been to a comedy show. This is the first time I've been to a comedy show, and we just did it out of the blue, and we had so much fun. So I was just like, and it almost took me back that because you think of this room as regulars, like.
However, a lot of times, not a lot of times, but occasionally Wednesdays are a kind of a freebie crowd. Last night that was not the case.
Oh,
so
really?
This is somebody that probably had to pay for those tickets to come see somebody they'd never heard of.
Well, that's cool. Yeah,
for the first time.
The kid with the deep voice. Remember the kid with the deep voice?
Yeah.
They had never seen a comedy show.
I do remember.
Another couple had never seen a comedy show.
Weird.
Yeah, and they wanted to know is it the same? They want to come back because they're like, is it going to be the same? Because I felt like you were different than the other guys. I felt the other guys were more rehearsed. And, and I was like, no, it changes. It all depends on the crowd. So yeah. It was nice of them.
That's cool. I wonder if they'll come back. Anyways.
I wonder, yeah. I do. Some places have people come back 2 or 3 times just to see where it goes each time. Or they want to see. I don't know if they want to see the car crash or if they just want to see where it goes.
Right. Do you? So I came on a Wednesday this year to see you. Last year as well, I came to see you on a Wednesday. Remember that one?
I'm a hump day. Was it a bad one? I don't know.
The woman came and tried to grab the mic from me.
Oh, that was not even a bad one, though. That was fucking awesome.
It was, it was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah. She called me racist.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. And
we talked about it the next day on the podcast.
Yeah.
People should go back and listen if they have.
But I didn't say anything racist.
No, you were asking where the black people were in the audience.
Yeah, and she came flying out and said, because there was no black people. Even last night, there was no black people here. There was. They turned out to not be anywhere near the front.
Oh, okay.
But which always disturbs me. But it was interesting. It was. She was very adamant that I was racist. And
remember that she was saying, "Tell your jokes."
Yeah, and she kept and I'm like, I am.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, how can you know that I'm not telling my jokes? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, who do you know that's doing this material? That's what I wanted to know. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm being racist because I'm not her.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, no. Mm-hmm. I'm teasing, but I'm not racist.
I like the way you said that. I recently said when that whole blackface thing with Megyn Kelly came up before Halloween.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me about that. And I was like, you know what? I'm not in the right position to say.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I've heard people that are black and they. The ones I've listened to, like Robin Quivers on Howard Stern, said she doesn't like it. Then I'm like, all right, I don't like it either.
If Robin doesn't like it, I don't like it.
I'm going to go with that.
You know what's interesting? I watched what's the Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd Trading Places.
Yeah.
He does blackface in Trading Places.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's interesting. You're just like,
yeah.
It's almost like all the John Hughes movies that involve rape.
Yeah, right?
You're like, oh my god.
No kidding. And when they're putting Trading Spaces like on TBS, are they deleting that scene?
I don't know. Here's the thing: you can't. Once something's happened, you just got to keep going and let people discuss whether that was wrong, and maybe bring Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd to discuss it, or maybe the director of the movie. I don't know if he's still. But was there a necessity for him to have blackface?
Sure. Yeah.
So, but at the same time, I'm not offended by the Wayans brothers dressing up as white chicks.
No.
You know what I mean? But I want to say, well, white chicks have never had a problem, but chicks have had a struggle. Like I was watching a video yesterday, and they were testing bulletproof glass, and they had a lady hold bulletproof glass in front of her face and shot at it.
What?
And I'm like, you didn't even have a man. You had a fucking woman hold this piece of glass. And she kept shooting it and shooting it and shooting it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and she was getting rocked. You know, like it was going back, but it wasn't breaking. And they're going, see, but I'm just like, still, you know.
That used to be a job for a monkey.
Yeah, it should be a job for maybe a piece of something holding in front of a piece of wood. Maybe you know that is
cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, something like it was not meant for. But I also. I don't know how we got onto race. Anybody that has been banned, like not had all rights, I get there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But and I don't know because I'm a white male, so I've always been able to vote. I've always been able to make money. You know, like not me, but my lineage, my white male lineage. So I can't say that you're wrong because I don't know what struggles you've been through.
Yeah.
But and I'm not even saying you, I'm saying your family. You know, your lineage.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was September, I think I wrote down of last year's last time you were here. September
notes.
2017. Oh my god. Copious.
You know what else happened the last time I was here?
No.
I don't even want to say what hotel I was staying at.
Oh.
Do you remember I had a spider bite?
No.
Well, it wasn't a spider.
Uh-oh.
I got all new luggage from the hotel.
Was it a bed bug or something?
It was
really?
They had dead bed bugs in my room.
No.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I had one on my forehead, and I thought, oh my God, I got bitten by a spider. And then the next day I woke up and I had more all over. And I went down. I said, I think there's a spider in my room. And they went up and checked. I go, you got bed bugs. You got to get out of here right now. Yeah. So they took all my stuff. Yeah, I had to go buy luggage. When they gave me money to go buy luggage and clothes, and it was crazy.
It's not like just try to bleach it out or something.
No, it was. And when I checked back in this time, they put me back in the same hotel. I'm like, look, here's what happened the last time I was here, and the lady was really nice about it. She's like, let's check, and you'll get the room that we just recently had dogs in, because we do have dogs come in and sniff rooms. Oh, so I was like, yeah, sure, okay.
You said that, I'm like, wait, dogs? So it's gonna have fleas now, or what?
Yeah, it's gonna have fleas. Now I'm gonna have fleas. No, Mitchie. But they what they do is they have these bed bug sniffing dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
so but I also bring a spray and spray it everywhere now.
For real?
Yeah.
What? There's a bed bug.
Yeah, there's bed bug spray. You can go to Lowe's and get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Kills bed bugs.
How's the new luggage? Better than the old stuff?
Actually, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I upped my Toomey stuff. I was like, you're buying me the exact same stuff I got. You know, I mean, I was like, I'm not going cheap. I'm not going to Target. I'm going to fucking Toomey, you motherfuckers. So,
good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, but they're very nice there. And to be honest with you, there's perils of every business. And owning a hotel, chances are you're gonna get bed bugs.
Sure.
And it's our duty as a, and I'm blanking on the word, somebody that buys something.
Consumer?
As a consumer or as a patron? No, that's not it.
Patron?
Yeah, the patron. To go in and know that happens and to check.
Yeah.
So it's you can't you got to take responsibility for something. So
how do the bites themselves? They just go away.
They go away after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But it was insane. Like it looked like I'm like, how big was that bed bug, for Christ's sake? It looked like I'd been punched in the forehead.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They took it out on a leash.
Yeah. Just wrangled them.
Oh my God, that's terrible. I just want one more follow up about that the thing from last year. So has anything like that happened since then? It's been over a year since
once
then.
Once in a while, something happens. You know what? People that come to see comedy are usually pretty open minded. There's some people that are still hurt by things, but I do at the beginning. Don't be offended by anything. I just
you did that last year before that show. You did it last night.
I do it all the time. Just don't be offended. Like I'm seriously. There's no hate behind what I'm saying. Right. There's just no hate behind it. It's just I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I don't think you're better than me. I think we're all equal. So it's that's all it is. So
last night, one of the people, for people that don't know or people that do, I mean, you're one of the best at the crowd work. What I think these are your words that I'll be saying right now is you kind of make up stories for people in the audience. I take a little bit and then just make up my own story. Yeah. Last night, one of the people who we got to know in the audience was someone who admitted to being homeschooled. Yeah. Ian, I could have listened to you do an hour just on him. Not his homeschooling? Oh my God. I don't know why that hits me so. I wasn't homeschooled, maybe because I have this deep fear of just still thank God that never happened to me. That would have been the worst thing ever. Not that school was the greatest thing, but fuck, that would have been awful. I just picture it in my head what homeschool is like, and for some unknown reason, I just see you having to get up, shower, and then go to the living room. Right? It's just and watching the world go by, just being that kid, you might as well be the boy in the bubble. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to try and join the basketball team with nobody I know. Yeah. Oh, Mom, you want to play hoops? Exactly. Like everything, your best friend is your mom. Like, well, as you said last night, because the kid in the audience was said that he's engaged, and you said, "Who's your best man? Your mom." Right. Well, I just don't know how you make friends if you don't go to school. I know, especially if you're in a neighborhood that doesn't have any other kids in it. Yeah. And they got to think you're weird too if you're not going to school. They're like, "Oh my God." Mm-hmm. You get to a certain age, and he started being homeschooled in his teens. He didn't even start younger. Right. He was high school homeschooled. It seems like a punishment.
it seemed like he was having. You're coming home with a smile on your face. That's not happening again.
Right. So, what did you enjoy today?
Yeah.
Putting an end to that.
Your father and I hate our marriage, and you're having way too much fun. My favorite was the guy. I thought he said he was a canoe guy.
Yes. Guy, oh, you're a canoe guy. Okay.
I just fucking some guy that's always bragging about having a canoe. I got a canoe. I'm a canoe guy.
Guide.
He didn't put the D on the end of it.
Guide. So, one thing I didn't see last night was Lyle LaRue.
I wonder if because I didn't show up on Tuesday, if he didn't think I was coming at all. It's funny, I don't hear from him all year, and then I heard from him like right before. Like,
you did.
Ian, do you have any room on your show this week? I'm like, oh, let me check, Lyle. And I would have definitely put him on. If he shows up tonight, I'll put him on.
Okay.
Yeah. If he shows up anytime this week, I'll put him on just for 5, just to let him shine, just to let him shine through.
That's good. That's good.
Everybody puts him on, right? Everybody. He must.
Sure.
No.
Okay. But it's good
Why?
that you do.
Yeah, you got to put him on.
No, it's good that
Chad
you do.
Daniels probably does, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Chad's gotten
Chad
too big for his
I was going to
britches.
say, Chad hasn't been back in like 2 years.
Why hasn't he? Is he banned right now?
I'm not supposed to talk about it. No, he's
big
getting
shot.
big out there in all the other cities.
He's big shot in it, fucking Daniels.
He's big shot in it. Yeah, exactly.
He surpassed me. He's fucking flied on by.
Yeah. When you, I think you'll like this. So on stage last night, you mentioned Jason Momoa because you saw him on a flight or something.
He was on our flight, and my wife lost her shit.
Lost her shit.
Lost her shit.
Yeah.
Like was calling her friends. He's on the plane. He's on the plane.
Okay.
I'm like, who's on the plane? It doesn't concern you.
Right. So when you brought that up last night, and there was some, a little bit of murmuring in the crowd of people like, oh, who's that? What? I look over at my wife, and she's like, what? And she doesn't know who that is. And I just looked at her. I'm like, I just kind of shook my head. I wrote it down. 11:14 last night, Ian. We're in bed. 11:14 p.m. She looks over at me and goes, hey, who is that sexy guy?
That's funny.
Uh-huh. I went, Jason Momoa. And then she looked him up.
And she's like, oh, God.
Oh, him.
God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
He stalked Lisa Bonet for apparently 10 years and ended up marrying her.
What?
That's how good looking he is. Any other guy would have ended up in jail.
Right.
She fucking married him and had his babies.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. He pushed Lenny Kravitz out. That's how fucking good looking he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone as cool as Lenny. Out of the way.
Honestly, I was just like, yeah, he's fucking good looking, so what? And then there's a video, 10 things that Jason Momoa does well. And you're just like, this guy's a douche.
Oh.
He's skateboarding, he's shooting arrows, he's riding motorbikes, he's surfing, he's fucking playing bass guitar. I'm just like... there was total respect when he played bass, not fucking lead guitar. I was like, okay, fuck, I like you. And he's like 6'8". That's what annoyed me the most about him skateboarding. Like, to have that kind of balance on a skateboard at 6'8" is
that's
very impressive.
Yeah, that's true.
Very impressive.
That's
It's
true.
annoying.
Will you see Aquaman when it comes out next month?
No. I'm sure my wife and her friends will. Pan down further. Pan down further. He's been in the water a long time.
CGI, folks. It's CGI. So I don't want to go any farther here without talking about the podcast that you're doing now.
Okay.
Because I have been binge listening to it.
Binge listening, watching, whatever you want to do.
Well, here's the thing. I'm behind. I haven't got to the point where
we switch over
to video. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm behind. So people don't know what we're talking about. You're doing a podcast now. You started earlier this year.
Yes. I started. When did we start? I don't know. We're only at episode 24 or 25, so it's not even a year, right?
No.
Yeah.
Ian Bagg bought a house.
Ian Bagg bought a house. All about me buying a house on the Virginia shore. And
so when you were here a year or last September, you owned the house then. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I bought the house, but it just started getting into. It was right around then. I think we just bought the house. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. I think we've done 2 summers on it. It's okay. We got it that summer. So I just got in the house and was starting to do things and was starting to learn about home renovation.
So you bought this house to have it as a vacation home.
It's my mother-in-law lives in it,
Okay.
and it's our vacation home. My wife is from Cape Charles, Virginia. That's where it is.
Yep.
And I said to my wife once, I said, she said, I'd like a house here. And I said, well, let's look. And we happened to stumble across a short sale on a half an acre of land right near the water. Not too old of a house, but it was a short sale and hadn't been taken care of. So I didn't know, but I knew, but I knew, but I didn't know. It was one of those things.
Okay, yeah.
Because I've never owned a house. I've leased all my life. So I ended up with this house, and a bunch of things had to be done. So I started having things done, but of course not in the right order. But in the meantime, a guy started coming to my show, and I started talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a contractor." I'm like, "Oh, can I ask you some questions?" And he said, "Yeah." And then one day I said on the phone, I said, "Is there any way you would want to do this as a podcast?" And he's kind of a gypsy. He plays in a band, and he likes it. You know what I mean? He's like, "Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, I'd like that." So I was like, "Okay, well," and I think, well, whatever 25 weeks back is, I want to say that's probably around March. No, probably. I think we started in April. Would that be right?
I think they started getting posted like in June.
Is it in June? Okay, yeah, okay. That's how bad I am at my stuff. I don't know when we started. So in June is so. And I think we took 4 off. I was like, let's put up the first 4, but then take them off as we learn what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
So, because I just like, and then later on, if somebody it's purchase. If you're that much of a fan and you want to hear how it started, here's the first 4.
Yeah, I started at 3.
Yeah, okay.
I'm now on 9 or 10.
Okay, so it's the first. So we got rid of the first 2. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Because I just like, I don't know where this is going. I don't know how well it is. He's in San Diego.
Yeah. Now, initially, I will say, and I'm sure a lot of people, when you first just see this, okay, it's you and a contractor. Well, clearly, he's the guy working on the house, but he's not working.
He's not working on the house. He helps me hire people to work on the house and do work when I'm out there.
Okay.
Because I do want to do work on it, but I bought this house, and I'm not that guy. I know nothing, and so I was asking him these questions. I'm like, I want to do this as a podcast so somebody will not be as nervous as I was doing these things and looking for a house and having a home and realizing it's work, but it's really not that far out of your realm to be able to do these things. Mm-hmm. And it's great. You can hire contractors for certain things. You can do certain things yourself. I hire contractors because I'm impatient. Things end up getting crooked. They don't get done right. But I do some projects on my own.
Okay.
So he helps me hire those people, and we also discuss. We discuss everything from like from the prices they send me to the stuff that we're going to use to whether he's done that, and he just helps me with that. And then we also do a little bit of stupidity, and then we've gotten to the point now where we look at some people's that we just find stuff on the internet and look at work that people have done and judge it.
Oh, okay.
And we do a thing where he shows me a tool and I have to figure out what it's used for. Oh. So it's kind of it's grown, and I was doing it, and one day my managers who are good managers, but they're like they didn't know I was doing it, and they're like, "We heard you're doing a podcast about like home repair," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Can you come in and talk to us about it?" I'm like, "Okay." So I go in and talk to them about it, and I go, "We've got a podcast studio that's a video cast studio as well. Do you want to do it here?"
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, "I'll try it." That's why I said I enjoy doing the podcast because it's from my home.
Yeah.
I don't have to drive anywhere. I live in Long Beach. It's great. I do the video cast. I'm like, this feels right. So now I'm driving every Tuesday to, and I do it up there. Now,
no more dogs interrupting.
Still dogs showing up.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
okay.
they come with me every so often. Yeah, once in a while it's just Pearl. Once in a while it's both of them.
Okay.
They show up. But now, 2 weeks ago, we shot a sizzle because now people are like, "Hey, this is kind of interesting." So yeah. So when the sizzle was, we just redid my garage on my California house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So potential to
maybe we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. It would be fun. I enjoy it. I would enjoy doing it, whether it's Ian Bagg's friends bought a house and I go out over and help them, or it's Ian Bagg bought a house and we redo my house from top to bottom. So yeah.
Did you ever have you ever a history of because I've always enjoyed watching like the DIY HGTV. I like watching those shows, the home improvement shows.
I do enjoy it, but I didn't really get it. If that, like, I just like watch it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Oh yeah, but now I'm like watching it and trying to figure out what they're doing, and But I'm also
so since then you've started.
Yeah, since then. But I'm also ADD. Like I'm like I gotta get a new hot water tank, and by the way, I need a pool. Like I'm that guy. So there's certain things. There's certain things that I like. We put in a flash hot water, which is tankless hot water.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to take it so it's better, like more energy efficient. So I'd like to be more green. I'd like to, I want solar panels and stuff on the roof, and I don't even want solar panels. Tesla makes these like shingles that are solar shingles, and I want those. I want those on it. So yeah, we're just playing, just learning, and it's great.
What is the status of the dog bath?
We didn't put one in. I still have room for it, but I didn't put it in yet because I want to do tile.
Okay.
I want to do a tile. And it was just I didn't have a guy to do tile, but there will be a dog bath.
Is it how? It's got to be extremely. How would you describe not being on site and having all this work
it can be frustrating. Like. Right now I'm going through a thing where I'm replacing block windows.
Yeah, the bathroom.
The bathroom. Mm-hmm. I'm going through that, and I hired a guy to he changed all the fascia on the outside of the house. And he did a great job, and I thought it was a little expensive, but okay, yeah, I'll do that, right? So, and he did a great job, and like worth it. But then he was going to do another job for me, and he just overshot. Like, I was just like, dude, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And at least, and I learned that happens a lot, where guys will be like, okay, and then the next one they just kind of screw you. I'm like, no, I'm not paying $4,000 more than what I.
No.
And when I got the prices, I walked through my neighborhood and would see contractors doing stuff, and I'd ask them about the size of the window and had to replace it, and I was right. I knew I was right, and they're like, no, it's about $1,200, and he wanted $3,500 to replace it, and I was like, yeah, no, bro, no, bro. So actually, I'm tomorrow I will be on the phone at the hotel doing that before I go do Tom Bernard. I'm going to be, or I might do it this afternoon. I will be hiring a guy to replace the window.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then we are going out in the spring, Mike and I, and we are going to replace the front columns on the house.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk of the columns.
The columns, very excited about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm way behind from where you are now. Up to, I think, episode 10 was the last one I listened to. And it's been a lot of you going, yeah, I got to get those pictures up. Well, now they're all there.
Right.
So it was, like, it's pretty cool to now, like, go and see the, you were describing the three different... I don't know, the outside of the house with like three different, whatever the fuck. Like, the first third is this is brick, and then this is painted, or whatever. It's all,
I just drove me insane. I'm like, oh god. Had we gotten to the point where I'd redone the walkways when I was okay? Well, I went out and did some walkways this summer.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did it on my own, and yeah.
Oh, I saw the pictures. Okay, but I haven't heard that being described.
Yeah,
okay.
Hopefully be described. I'll let you listen. I won't tell you all about it. It was something I did on my own, and also then hired a contractor for it. Not a contractor, a laborer for half of it.
Oh, okay.
So, but it was pretty fun. I was like, okay, yeah.
Oh, good. I'll look forward to hearing that. I do, one of my many jobs these days is I'm a painting contractor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So hearing you talk, I have an extra interest in all of this because I'm sort of in the I don't do construction necessarily, like the little things.
Right.
So I'm in that world a lot. So it's really interesting.
Do you only do exterior or do interior?
Both.
Do you ever do cabinets?
No, not me. I worked with the guy that did them, and he would spray them, and I did a lot of the prep.
Yeah. I need to hire a guy to do the cabinet. I was thinking about
enamel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I want to, my wife and I, because I always have to say that I don't always get to make all that. We're going to take them from their almost like a birch looking to, no, it's reddish. I don't know what that is, but we're going to take it to a white.
White, yeah.
Yeah, white enamel.
I haven't done that. Just me, but I've worked with somebody and where we've done it together.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. I don't mind paying for it, I just
to do it right. It's a lot of work. To not have little drips to get that looking just perfect,
Do you take them off the wall? Did you take them off the wall and then put them back up, or
the doors?
Just the doors, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then a lot of plastic and tape to prep around them to do the spraying. Yeah,
fair enough.
Sanding in between. Oh yeah,
it's funny. I just paid a Lowe's bill last night, so yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was looking online. I was like, wonder what they got for Cyber. Still got any?
Oh sure.
See what they got. Nothing.
I was checking to get a new ladder on
that's
Cyber Monday.
Yeah,
I didn't find a price I liked. No. But I've noticed. I live in a townhome here in Minnesota that I rent. Mm-hmm. I've owned in the past. Mm-hmm. When I was with my first wife, I owned,
and then she took that away,
and then she still lives in that house. And now
not a sore spot.
Now I live in a townhome that we rent with my wife now. And
what's the wife you get along with?
Yes, exceptionally well. And we have noticed, and I've heard you describe this on your podcast, that there are spots in our townhome that they definitely use leftover parts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have what is it called? Vaulted ceilings. Mm-hmm. So it's freaking 25 feet up or whatever.
Right.
There's windows you can't access without a ladder. The windows they put in are sliders that are 20 feet up in the air. No one could ever get up there to open them, but they definitely had leftovers.
Right. Yeah.
And just put that up there.
It's pretty amazing. If you're anything that's kind of track home, you're gonna get a lot of that because they're trying to, maybe not the first couple, but as they get to the ones later on in, they're gonna try to cut costs.
Yeah.
And not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was this summer. I was like, they skipped on one of the stairs on the front, like on the front of the house. The stairs come down and they're brick, and it's maybe a foot and a half the first step, and it's not right. It's
shorter than the other one.
No, it's taller.
Taller.
So I'm just like, it's not right. So I have to have it done.
There should be an extra one in there.
Yeah, there should be another step. I have to have it done because my mother-in-law is short, and so she comes in another room, different way, and yeah. But the funny part is what I'm learning now, and what I learned at the beginning was the correct order to do things.
Yeah.
So I got rid of the countertops as soon as I got in, and I should have had the cupboards done first, the cabinets done first, and I did the I did something else. The only thing that I wish I'd done differently is move the hot water tank because it's upstairs. I wish I'd moved it downstairs, paid a little bit extra and have it moved downstairs. But being that it's tankless, I'm not that concerned.
Does your mother-in-law, how much say does she have in what's going on here?
Well, my mother-in-law the other day painted the front door blue for no apparent reason. So she's got enough say that and my wife just said, you're going to be replacing that door, so shut the fuck up. So I was like, why's your mom painted the door blue? What the hell? I'm like, do you think she even prepped it? She goes, no, there's no way she prepped it. So, yeah.
Please tell me you just stumbled that on Facebook and saw a picture.
No,
fuck?
It was one of these. It was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Last week, Mom painted the door blue.
Oh.
And I was just like, what? Huh.
So your wife's been sitting on that info.
Oh yeah, she sat on it. She knew that I was my head was gonna turn like a dog.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna check back to my notes here. I don't want to miss anything that I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, here's one. Mm-hmm. Did you hear the big controversy for your team? Still the Canucks, right?
What's going on now?
They replaced their DJ. Did you see this?
No.
I have it. I have the story here. That is your team still, right?
It'll always be my team, even when I was not paying attention because I thought they're going to suck this year, and they aren't. Even though their goalies will never get them anyway. They'll never make the playoffs.
They've lost more than they've won this year.
They'll never make. Yeah, but they keep getting a little more fun every year.
Okay.
That's what I like.
Brock Besser, Minnesota kid.
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to come back from that back injury, though.
Oh, that's right.
When he broke his back, I was just like, oh, God.
That's right. So here's the story. The new Canucks DJ learned a valuable lesson on Tuesday.
Oh, no.
Never play Chelsea Dagger ever again. Do you know what song that is?
No, what is it?
That's the song the Chicago Blackhawks play.
Oh, no way. He played it?
It doesn't matter how catchy the song is.
That's a Chicago.
Exactly. Yep. It doesn't matter how catchy the song is. It belongs to the Chicago Blackhawks and has given Canucks fans nightmares for a decade. So when the song played during the third period of Tuesday night's home game against the Los Angeles Kings, fans were pissed. How could this happen? For starters, they recently replaced Jay Swing, a diehard Canucks fan and the team's DJ for the last 4 years. It appears his replacement needs to brush up on some of the finer points of recent Canucks history.
Jay Swing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know if you remember the greatest ever. I don't know if he still sings the national anthem, but they had this guy, and he was quite a big man. And he got stomach surgery, and he lost all this weight. And all of a sudden, he was feeling really good about himself. And he started skating around. He put on skates, and he would skate and sing the national anthem.
Okay, I don't know this.
And I can't remember. There was some sort of mat on the ice or something, I guess, where people walk out.
Oh, yeah, they bring out like black red carpet.
Well, he came flying around and caught himself on the mat and flew through the thing in the middle of the national anthem. You should look that up. It's like Canucks national anthem wipes out.
I'm writing it down now.
I'm just like, oh, God, he's in a tuxedo. Just feeling it. I love it. I haven't felt this good since I was 6 years old. Yeah. It's a great song, but yeah, it's Chicago's, and they're not playing it much this year.
No, right. Thank goodness.
Vancouver border because it was nobody out. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that the 3 coaches got fired. All 3 of those teams have just gotten shittier.
Which one?
St. Louis, Chicago, and Edmonton.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Yeo again,
yeah.
our former Wild coach, got canned.
I think it's more of a general manager problem. Yeah. My buddy is a strength coach for one of the teams in the league, and he was telling me that the average weight of the player has gone down 12 pounds in 4 or 5 years. So these teams that are struggling, it used to be, it's 198 now is the average weight, around 198, and 210 used to be the average weight. Mm-hmm. So these teams that are losing so bad, it's the heavier teams because they're just unable to keep up. They're 12 pounds, their average weight is 12 pounds heavier, so they're slower. And you can't hit what you can't catch, right?
Interesting.
So, and those teams are the LA Kings, Edmonton Oilers, St. Louis, Anaheim Ducks. They're all the teams, and Chicago. Yeah, they're all St. Louis. They're all just they're heavy teams.
Yeah, Anaheim's been a big team for a while.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
Yeah, which is easier when you're younger, but as they get older and the guys are getting older, they're slower and they're just not. You can have a couple of those guys, but you can't have an average of those guys.
Yeah, I've told you this before. I have another one of my jobs is selling beers at some of the games. I work all the Wild games.
Yeah.
And when we are down underneath the stadium, like we have an employee locker room. Uh-huh. The visiting team locker room is down the hall, and we have a little place where we can have a little meal before we work. A lot of the players will be out in the hallway there kicking the soccer ball around. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I see these guys, I'm like, he looks like he's 16 years old.
Their body shape is completely different.
Yeah.
It's completely different over the last 5 or 6 years. It's lankier, thinner. They're still brick shithouses. Like it's all muscle.
Right. Oh yeah.
But it's there. I did San Jose's team party this year for the beginning of the year, and in my head I'm just like, these guys look nothing like the players 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a couple of the guys that are still in there, like Thornton and stuff like that. But he fits into that body style. He's that look.
Yeah.
So I actually
a lot of good beards on that San Jose team.
Well, I did my show and I was like, do you guys ever get confused for the Taliban? So I said, why don't you just put Thornton in front of the net and blow him up? Right. So, and I'm just on him all night. Like, my favorite line of the whole night was, I said to him, how did you ask your wife to marry you? And he said, I was on one knee, and I said, hurt again. and he shaved his beard that night because of me. He was thinking about it, but he's like, "Just pushed it over. I'm shaving my beard."
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was insane. I'm just like, oh shit. Of course, he got hurt again a couple days later, but no. But yeah.
So that was just recently. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
I have the video on my phone.
I just got the new NHL 19, the video game for PlayStation,
and they got him on the beard.
The picture they have, like if he scores a goal in the game, it's the picture with him with the beard. But the guy that they have on the game, like you're playing, has no beard. And I thought, did they fuck this up? Because I didn't know he didn't. I didn't know he shaved it.
Yeah, it's,
so this is news to me.
I want to say whenever it was 2 days before the opening game. So would that be October? I guess October. Yeah.
And you have a connection to that.
I have a connection. Yeah. And I've been told if they win the Stanley Cup, I'm doing their Stanley Cup party.
Oh,
yeah, so
cool.
I'm like, okay, yeah.
Very cool. What else? We got a little bit of more time here before you got to go run off to an appointment.
I gotta go get my physical therapy because I'm damaged goods.
Yeah. What else, besides doing comedy and going out on the road? What else are you working on?
I'm actually working on. I might be talking a little bit out my butt, but paperwork's being done right now. I've just sold a idea to a production company for a half-hour one-camera show.
Wow.
So yeah. And it involves the Virginia Shore again, but my wife is my muse, so yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm like, okay, cool. I wrote a script with my friend, and we wrote an outline, and we contacted a couple people, and this one guy, a couple people reached out, but this one guy was just like, I want to see a pilot, so we wrote him a pilot, and he's like, yes. So now we're just doing the paperwork for some money, hopefully, that's going into our pockets, and then continuing on. So
you in front of a camera, behind a camera?
I'd be in front of a camera. Yeah, there's no. I don't think I have the patience to be behind. Same as my contracting. I have to hire people to get my vision across.
Sure.
So
yeah.
Right
so
on. It's kind of cool. Yeah.
Okay.
It's based on my wife and I's relationship. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I've talked to you about that. Who's from Australia?
My mom.
Your mom?
My mom. My wife is from Virginia Beach area. My mom's from Australia. My dad's from Canada. And I just keep picking up passports as I go along.
Right. How did Mom end up in Canada?
Mom was a travel nurse and a little bit of a gypsy, and she met my dad via a friend of his or a cousin or something like that. Yeah, she went to the wrong house, and then she ended up meeting my dad, and I guess my dad followed her around like a puppy. So I guess that's where I got it from. So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
The dogs are good?
Dogs are good. Mom and dad are good. We just did their 50th. I went to their 50th. We had their 50th wedding anniversary a couple weeks ago. It was nice because I do a fundraiser in my hometown every year. I do one fundraiser, and I bring a couple comics up, and we have a good time because American comics wouldn't go there. A couple Canadian comics, will go up there, and do bar shows.
They're still in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, they're still in the middle of nowhere, and it's always my hometown. So I've probably raised about $250,000 up there so far.
Nice.
So it's something that I look forward to doing, and the people come out, and I just MC, do a little bit of material, because I know they've seen me enough, and just give them a little taste, and then bring the other guys on and have a good time. Chad actually did it for me last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just in a theater. We do about 700 seats, and it's a good time. So people want to give to it. It's called Community Angels, is what it is. It started with my friend that I grew up with, Kim K. She got Kim K. Kardashian. She got a horrible brain tumor, and she was going through all this struggle. So that's how we started doing the show for her. Oh. And she passed away, and they named us a group afterwards. And I go up and they help me out and put this thing on. So
nice.
Yeah, Terrace, British Columbia. Community Angels. Community Angels. Yeah, she's way better than Kim Kardashian. She's a nice person.
I'm sure.
So
I don't doubt that at all. You know what? Let's do this here real quick. Something I like to do is I'll look up and see if there's any interesting stories from somebody's hometown.
Nice, yeah.
So I Google news searched Terrace, BC. Yeah. I just want your quick thoughts on some of the biggest headlines today out of that area.
Is this today? Okay,
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay. This one's not very interesting, but vacancies remain low as rents rise in BC.
Uh-huh.
Okay. World's most extreme grandpa hails from BC.
Oh, that's cool.
Extreme grandpa, huh? I don't know any other details.
Is that one that doesn't molest you, just pretends he's gonna? I'm gonna fuck you kids. Just kidding, I'm extreme.
I also skateboard. And then northern BC City dealing with its own otter problems.
That's probably my town right there, right? Is that my town? Yeah. To be honest with you, this year, otter problems, Otterbox. A guy dressed in a Kool-Aid outfit ran for mayor this year in my hometown.
What? Friend of yours?
No, but
fan?
It's worse. My mom sent me the paper, and it was like, local comedian runs for mayor.
No!
and I was just like, what the fuck?
What's Ian Bagg doing?
Yeah. And it turns out this guy calls himself a comedian because he makes himself some YouTube videos.
Oh,
so,
sure.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, yeah, right on, bro. Right on, bro.
So, we can wrap this up here. I want to say that... since the last time you were on, you have a few more social media accounts that are being updated. There's the for the podcast.
For the podcast, so for the podcast, YouTube Ian Bagg. Well, that's you can go watch all the podcasts on there. We got Ian Bagg Bought a House on Facebook. We got Ian Bagg Comedy on Facebook. We got Ian Bagg on Instagram, and we got Ian Bagg House. Ian Bagg Bought a House on Twitter.
There's Bagg _ Ian.
There's
on
Bagg.
Twitter.
Is there also the real Ian Bagg?
Yeah, I think so.
That's.
I wanted to tell you that I was looking back when you were here last September. We post, the episode on Podbean, and then it goes everywhere. We linked to a Twitter account that's not yours. I just noticed this morning.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was that one called?
The Ian Bagg, the @ Ian Bagg.
At Ian Bagg, that's awesome.
The one that has no tweets and 23 followers or whatever.
That son of a... He's doing better than I am.
Yeah, we linked to him.
I took a year off of Twitter and just started tweeting again, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Yeah, I just I'm not a huge fan, but I like to say stupid things about what's going on.
Yeah.
Because, yesterday I posted if you're running for a plane... You've missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see somebody running in an airport, like actually running,
you're
not going to make it.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to suddenly make it. And if you do, you're just going to sweat all over everybody. So don't even run. Yeah. So just let it go because other planes come. Just to let you know, there'll be another one coming along afterwards.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to some small town in Minneapolis area.
Wait a minute. I think that's it. I think we covered it. People should come see your shows.
I hope people come see my show, so Lewis will keep bringing me back because I love this place. I have such a good time. And thank you for having me on your show, bro.
Thank you.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Episode 317.
Yeah. Let's do it in another year.
Yeah, I like it.
And you're selling the T-shirts again, so people, if they want to bring a few extra bucks and leave with
I'd love it if they brought T-shirts. And ianbagg.com, I have a store on it, but it's not. I just went with a new company, so there's very little merchandise on it right now.
Okay.
But you will be. The new shirts will be Pearl in construction outfit, which is my dog, and right now it's Pearl with a hockey stick is what I sell on the road, and also Pearl with a surfboard is the other one's going to be up there. So those three will be available hopefully by January. So
of 2020.
2020. Oh God, that sounds odd, doesn't it?
Yeah. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, bud.